Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver.
Good morning,
now.
Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn disease, your sip of chaga coffee. All right, silver got slammed because of the pause in interest rates by the Fed. All coordinated long before, probably a couple months before. This is what's going to happen. Got their computer quants to put it into the trading program, and poof, you're done. Go home for the month because silver's under control. What is interesting today, I mean, this is kind of interesting. Silver's at 20, still well below the moving averages, so there's a lot of room to run on the upside, even in their game where the commercial's short as it gets going up. I don't think we'll get there. Things are happening too fast in silver and in gold. By the way, announcement yesterday that HSBC has launched a platform that uses distributed ledger technology to tokenize ownership of physical gold held in its vault. This is coming out of Bloomberg. HSBC takes stab at using blockchain to modernize London's antiquated gold market. System creates tokens representing gold in banks' vaults. Blockchain allows investors to more easily track gold that they own. Where have we heard this all before? Who has a patent on this technology? Who was selling this technology 4 or 5 years ago? You guessed it, Reggie Middleton. 100%. Reggie absolutely 100% owns the patent on this technology. Even the guys anybody doing crypto, silver, and gold, you are violating Reggie's patent, and he'll come after you if it means something. Right now he's getting to the point where he's about to be declared the victor in the Coinbase case. Reggie sued Coinbase. Why not go after the big elephant? If you're gonna make front page of the papers that you have the patent on any peer-to-peer capital market transactions using a blockchain, which is pretty much 95% of what's going on in cryptos. Go for the biggest whale. And when you take down that whale, hopefully people will be coming to Reggie and say, hey, I didn't know you had this technology because the SEC hid it from the world. I need to borrow this little piece of technology for my bigger project. What will you charge me? It was going to be done with Veritasium tokens. As a matter of fact, there's 98 million Veritasium tokens that are frozen right now out of the 100 million made. So will they be unfrozen? Well, if the government comes hat in hand to Reggie to say, oh my God, our markets are so broken and the system has collapsed, but we're starting a new market and we want to base it off soundness and fairness, Reggie, can you implement Veritasium on the New York Stock Exchange, in the commodity markets? That's what Cliff Highsdad had on it, and that's what Road to Ruta's thinking has been all along. Reggie invented an amazing thing 5-6 years ago, patented it, and then the U.S. government took him down. Like no other crypto program has been taken down. I mean, I think he only raised like $10-12 million in his ICO, and they charged him well over that. Whereas coins like EOS makes $4 or $5 billion, and they charge him what, 20 million? The insanity of these criminals is shocking. But the brazenness of people like HSBC and JP Morgan stealing Reggie's technology, blockchain technology, and digital currency group, stealing Reggie's technology is beyond the pale. As who is it that somebody kept saying beyond the pale? It's a big deal. But I mean, clearly, if you don't understand this, go read Reggie's patent. Go look at early videos for Reggie. How about this one? Reggie Middleton illustrates the benefits of Veritasium V Gold to the Nigerian Stock Exchange interns. Here's Reggie, a full video from 2019 talking about how you can tokenize gold and silver and make it viable as money. You don't think the U.S. government wants to do that with silver and gold coins? Then you haven't been watching The Road to Ruta. David Ryder brought that technology, the old Mint chairman, the head of the Mint, David Ryder, in the 1990s, and he came back for the Trump administration was going to do exactly that by using the Honeywell technology he was in charge of when he was in Honeywell. It scans coins, currencies, everything, and can give an individual coin a specific number or code based on the crystalline structure of that coin. So no coin is alike at that level. And Honeywell invented a technology that scans it, swipes it, boom, put it on the blockchain. But here's the problem. Reggie Middleton filed for that claim, copyright claim, back in 2014. And it was granted to him by the U.S. government. So HSBC, Reggie's not going to stop this. Obviously, he's going to say, okay, go ahead and run with it till it gets, a lot of money in, and then I'll go after you. Why go after them before they do it, right? Especially for Reggie, who's been banned from cryptocurrencies. Was Brock Pierce banned from the Block 1 after they got busted for EOS? Hell no. And I can't think of a bigger criminal in cryptos than that guy. I'm not saying anything. Stay off me, lawyers. You guys know the story of myself and that guy. Whoa, that's scary shit. All right. So yeah, HSBC takes stab at using the blockchain. It should say HSB takes stab at stealing Reggie Middleton's patent. I did notice something very interesting looking over. I'm getting to that point where I review the year, what happened, if I only knew this. And I'm looking at gold because gold came up under Reggie's patent. For example, here's one from 5 years ago, 2018, where Reggie's announcing Veritasium Gold. How big is the market for Very Gold? I can see it being a good alternative to Ethereum for people opening Vadar exposures. But will it find a market as a standalone competitor to other gold investments like GLD, ETFs, and futures and options? Reggie knew what was going on and patented the technology. And no, of course it's not a security. How could he patent the technology if it was a security? Reggie sold Veritasium. It was very clear to all of us who bought into the Veritasium ICO. He was selling prepaid software rights. What is that software? It is the technology used to have peer-to-peer transactions. That patented technology. It wasn't patented at the time. It had been submitted for patent, but the patent office, they take their good time, and sometimes people never even hear back from them. But Reggie did. Got 1 patent in the U.S., 2 patents in Japan. Now, will Veritasium tokens benefit from this? Nobody knows. That's the lottery ticket. Right now, Reggie is banned from participating in the crypto markets for right now. And he had him dead to rights. He had a great case, but it would have cost hundreds of millions of dollars probably to fight that. It is very, very, very confusing if you're a crypto investor because Veritasium literally, don't get me wrong, Reggie does not want to stop cryptos from evolving and growing. He's said that a billion times, and if you know the guy, he absolutely knows that it's our best way forward. But he also wants to get paid by people using his technology. If you don't want to use the Veritasium technology, invent a way around it. Right? Or go to Reggie and say, hey, I need access to your technology. Smart contracts, for example. Great example. All the smart contracts. That's Reggie's technology. Patented technology. I didn't make the rules for patents. He just saw it coming. He was very understanding of both worlds. And if you don't think that Reggie invented this gold to crypto, silver to crypto technology, right here in the lawsuit against Veritasium, in August 2018, Veritasium began purchasing precious metals with proceeds of the offering. These commodities purportedly supported a new token sold by the defendants called Very Gold, which were redeemable for physical precious metal or for ETH. Defendants used offering proceeds to purchase the precious metal indirectly sell it to new purchasers. In addition, the ETH proceeds from Very Gold sales flowed directly into an account in the name of Middleton at an online digital asset trading platform. Oh my God. You read through the Veritasium complaint, and then you read his rebuttal. His rebuttal is unbelievably sound, destroys the SEC case. Why didn't he keep fighting it? Again, you bring a case like this to the SEC, who are you going to hear? Who's it going to be heard by? The judges are all in the pocket of the regulators, and they're fucking vicious liars. The judges, the prosecutors, the game is rigged, my friends. Reggie's known it since he was a kid. The game is rigged. Is it a coincidence that the only guy they take down in cryptos, fully take down, is a black guy? No, it is not a coincidence. I'm not the first one to raise my hand and say, oh, this is a racial discrimination issue. But if you read this report, you can see it. It's written all over it. Not this report, this complaint filed by the SEC. I mean, they just start off with, it just starts off saying, oh, this guy's a showboat. You don't say that in a court case. Defendant, a Brooklyn-based self-described financial guru. Are you kidding? This is a court case. He was a financial guru. If he's not a financial guru, I'd hate to see who the SEC thinks a financial guru is. My God. It's just crazy. Oh, by the way, so Reggie sued Coinbase in 2022. It just went through the first phase of the patent approval by the patent courts. And they say, Coinbase, you have no case. That's what they said. Reggie Middleton patents hold up. So 95% of what Coinbase does is subject to Reggie Middleton's patent. He's going to win countless amounts of money from this. He's obviously, at some point, he's not going to need his Veri tokens back. He's not going to need to implement Veritasium the way that was originally designed through the tokenization rights, prepaid software, like he said. But he has promised the Veri people that if his coins are released, he didn't say if they were released. He said there will be discounts given on software for people who have Veritasium tokens for use of his technology. All right. Meanwhile, Veritasium, it went up to 40. It's back down to 20. It'll probably go to 0 or minus 40. Veritasium, you don't even need money to rig Veritasium, truthfully. There's only 2 million tokens, 2.15 million tokens out there. Look at the volume. $5,000 is the volume. And so, yeah. People say there's no way Veritasium could get as high as Bitcoin. It's one trade, my friends. Coinbase announced, boom. Coinbase loses, settles with Reggie for, let's say, $500 million. Stock market fails or is starting to fall. Everybody sees the criminality of the brokerage system in the financial system. Announcement. U.S. government goes to Reggie Middleton to fix the problem. Ooh, did you see that? This big bug was crawling on me. I'm like, that? Holy crap. Invaders. Invaders. The reptilians are coming after me. Oh, that was weird. I'm glad I got it. I'm going to look back at the video. All right. So what else am I working on? Okay. Somebody sent me a rumor or I don't know if it's an inside person or not. Supposedly the Silver Institute, the only real silver analysis company out there. I don't call CPM Group with Jeffrey Christian a silver analysis company. That's a mouthpiece speaker for the bankers. But they're supposedly coming out with a special revised version of their supply and demand problems because they're so freaking off. They are so wrong on almost everything on this. So someone said they're going to do a revision on November 11th. If you guys have heard that or found an article or announcement, let me know, because I went through the electric cars yesterday. Just the electric car side of it, they're under by at least 50 million ounces, in my opinion. At least 40. Let's just say 40. They said there'd be 161 million ounces used in in solar panels. I think it's more like 200 or 210 or maybe even 220. Just based on what is being said about the solar power this year. The growth is massive. And last year, the growth was 28%, and this year, it's even bigger than that. It's almost doubling, but the brilliant guys over at the Silver Institute have it going up 15%. So I dug into cars. How is the car market? Well, a few things. Car gets lumped into electrical and electronics, which is 382 million ounces. So, and they say 60 million of that was last year. It's 371 last year. 60 million of that, 60 million plus is what the Silver Institute said last year. So a big chunk of that is just for cars. But I'm looking at the car market and saying, okay, what's going on with cars these years? Tenfold electric vehicles on 2030 roads could be a shock to the system. That's what they want, tenfold. 10 times the current amount of electric cars. Well, holy crap. By 2030, good luck with that. We did this exercise with solar panels. Good luck with that. Where are you going to get the silver? So no, I don't think this number is correct either, the electrical and electronics. I think on the car side, because of how much silver is needed in the car, Silver Institute put out this report 2 years ago, silver's growing role in the automotive industry. I mean, look at this. They have a picture of a car and all the components that go on. Battery management, wipers. This is not an electric car even. Electric cars that use even more silver. I wouldn't be surprised. They kind of guess at how much silver is used in a regular car. Bigger cars and more advanced cars need more silver. But look at all the things. Climate control, wireless charge. This electric car. Electric windows, electric sunroof, automatic trunk, fuel pump, electric parking brake, electric seat control, electric power steering, engine management, transmission, braking, cooling, fan, alternator, start-stop, headlights, oil pump, water pump, battery management, wipe systems, augmented reality heads-up display, electric mirrors, infotainment, climate control. I mean, it just goes on. And this 99% of that goes on a regular car as well. And more electronic. You guys, if you bought a new car or driven a new car, everything's an electronic component. It analyzes everything. All that stuff takes silver in little bitty amounts. They used to say it's about a half an ounce. I believe it's at least 1 ounce per car now. Per car, at least 1 ounce. Per car. And how are the car sales doing? Well, look at this. I mean, how many cars do they make every year? I think it's 60 million, which means 60 million ounces, not counting electrics. And they're estimating, let's see, new passenger vehicle registration in Europe increased by 17%. International global car sales. Global car sales continue to increase. During the first 3 quarters of 2021, all major car markets worldwide expanded during the first 3 quarters of 2023, but growth was unevenly distributed. Car sales in India were up 40%. Growth was fastest in Mexico, Japan, Europe, and the U.S. China remains the largest single country car market in the world. I mean, everything is going gangbusters, but what does the Silver Institute have under cars? Electronic growth of 3% is what they're estimating. So a pretty big chunk of this 3.8 or 382 that they're projecting is cars, but they're saying only 3%. It is insane. That would mean the rest would have to go down like, 15, 20%. And nothing's going down in electronics. Everything has more electronics in it. So, yes, I do think the Silver Institute should come out on November 11th, with a completely revamped and reimagined silver supply and demand graph. I mean, listen to what they say. Looking ahead, in spite of the recent boom in investor demand and the rally, we believe that 2020, this was the 2022 report, 2023 will see much of a repeat of last year. Okay. Then it says, while lower year on year at 142 million, we forecast another hefty deficit for the year. We also think that institutional investment will eventually run out of steam, as we believe that the current market consensus that the Fed will be forced to cut rates in the second half will be proven wrong. This should see silver fall to below $18 before year end, culminating in a full year average of 21. Well, they're flat out wrong. Again and again and again. So I would say if they want to save face, and they know that when the next year's numbers come out, their charts and graphs are going completely wrong. They should know by now. I mean, we're 11 months into the year. They should know what's going on now. Yes, I would say the only way for the Silver Institute to save face would be release a new supply-demand chart next on November 11th. Was the rumor. That's in, 10, 11 days. And you'll see the demand side completely change. Completely change. I'd say they'd add maybe 100 or 200 million ounces to the demand side. And also, they'll see the supply side completely change because they know the mines that were shut down. And they know there's nothing big on the horizon. I mean, I would be really surprised if we even meet last year's production. They have a 2% increase just to make the numbers fit. We might even see less than 800 million ounces of mine production for 2023. And none of this is going to change. None of this is ready for change. It's not like we found this huge silver mine, so it'll all come out in the wash. Demand is continuing to grow and will continue to grow for at least the next 10 years, probably more if they can find the silver. That's the problem. The whole reason that the Silver Institute has to lie, cheat, and steal on this report is because the price of silver is rigged. Most of the applications of silver would not even be feasible if silver was freely traded. We wouldn't be chasing after solar power. If silver was freely traded, we'd look at a 1-to-1 gold-silver ratio. I hate to tell you, but there's 6 billion of each available. But Bix, what about all the central banks buying gold? You don't think the central banks will be buying silver when this shit starts falling apart? Let's just say they're too dumb to buy silver, or it's too much for them to hold. The reality is, what would it do to the price? How can the silver market rigging go on in this kind of instance? Yes, it's been going on for a hell of a long time. But everything I'm seeing, can you imagine what that would do if the Silver Institute had to emergency release a new graph? What message does that send to the silver market? I mean, for the Silver Institute, they'd be trying to save face. But for the market, they're like, can you imagine if the market actually saw the real numbers? And there's not a 142 million ounce deficit, but more like a 500 million ounce deficit? Because I guarantee you, and everybody in the silver industry says, oh, we got plenty of silver. It just comes from above ground stocks. Where are all the above ground stocks? They're in the ETFs. They're not sitting there in warehouses. They're in the ETFs. And what are the ETFs? They're a mechanism to invest in silver. As the price goes up, theoretically, SLV is supposed to go out and buy an ounce. Every share sold is a new ounce. So as the price goes up, no, there's not going to be no silver investor in their right mind would give up their above ground silver as they see the price rise over $50. So this is going to break instantly. It will break at a single moment. And then there is no fixing any of these issues. And it's the market riggers that caused this. The price of silver is too low, so it's too much in demand all over the world because the price is so low. Everything has electronic components in it these days. That shows no sign of stopping. The future of the metaverse is silver, my friends, if you want to really get down to it. Because the metaverse don't work without silver, and I'd say without theta as well. That was another conversation. This weekend, I think, is ThetaCon. All the Theta guys get together and party it up. I think they're in Austin. Good luck to you guys. You're in the right place for the future. Yeah, Theta is the future of cryptos, if you ask me. You need Theta to expand broadband for the Internet of Things, for the metaverse, for all the things that Theta does. And is Theta in violation of Reggie's patent? Yep, just like everybody else. The Theta blockchain is not. The Theta validator system is not in violation. But NFTs are. And I think mining. No, I don't think mining. Maybe proof of stake mining is in violation. Not a clear violation that I know of, but there's a lot of violations. But that goes for every single crypto that has a utility. The only ones I'm thinking that are not tokens like Bitcoin, obviously, Litecoin, obviously, Bitcoin Cash, obviously. But what happens, smart contracts, that's pretty much in Reggie's lane. So yeah, the future is going to be really weird, really crazy. If you're a crypto holder, I would hold some Veritasium as a insurance policy. So that's what I got for you. Again, the auto industry right now, last year was supposedly 60 million ounces. I would not be surprised if they do an update to see 100 million ounces this year. And where's that going to come from? I mean, it's not coming from scrap. It's not coming from the mines. Where's it going to come from? Where has it come from? I mean, this is already baked in the cake. And clearly the LBMA, which supposedly transfers, 120 million or billion, 120 billion ounces of silver per year. It isn't. So silver's about to go haywire, which means the world's about to go haywire and every bank to collapse. So we are on the brink. I can't tell you what day. I'll be talking to Jenny Moonstone in a couple minutes. We'll try to pin down a day for you, but that's tough. But she's been right on for so many things. Go check it out on the private road. You figure out, basically we tell you who is Satoshi, and lots to go on there. The Theta Revelation stuff is all about what Theta is going to do in the future. Is going to shock the world. Imagine broadband expanding around the world overnight, massively, without the trillions of dollars to build out the infrastructure. That's how powerful Theta will be. And cloud storage, forget about it. But that's, that's the problem. Disruptive technologies get the pushback. That's why Theta's not traded on any exchange. You can get it through Simple Swap, but I think you need to be a U.S. citizen for that too. On our affiliates, Caleb and Brown, go to the affiliate page and you can get a discount on trading commissions from Caleb and Brown and pick up some Theta if you're so inclined. I don't think they sell Veritasium. I think the only place you can get Veritasium is on the, let me make sure here. Yeah, it's on Mercatox. That's the only place you can get Veritasium right now. And if you go in there with $10,000, you're going to double the price of Veritasium. So it's pretty much locked out of everybody, for everybody. I don't know what to tell you. If you were a Road to Ruta member and you bought a subscription in the last few months, we were running the Veritasium promotion. You got at least one. Again, roadtoruta.com. You want to join, click on subscribe today. And we are currently giving out one silver Ruta coin. I think this coin will pay for the subscription. Not even counting just the metal value, not counting the collector's value of this thing. So go check it out. This is Bix. I'll talk to you later.